Hey everyone, how's it going? Blue Milk here. We have another week of the Meta Roundup. We have done another 2,000 gem tournament. Before I get started, from the date of this video, which is July 9th, I am doing a giveaway to celebrate 5,500 members. If you haven't already, go ahead and join the band page. Tell your friends about the band page. Share it with everyone. Leave a comment. Post on other pages. Do all that good stuff. If we hit 6,000 members by the end of the month here, July 2017, I will be doing a $20 giveaway for gems, food, whatever, anything you want, any gift card. But let's hop right into it. We have this week, we have our top 10. We have Fran, Bavia, Giga, Angelo, Scene, 4, Joel, Alexis, Charlie Murphy, and Clash Master. So we're going to hop right into it. We're going to check out these dudes' decks. Let's check out Fran here from Kalalas Espana 2. He's from the second clan. Peeking out at 5K, running a Night Witch Graveyard Cycle deck. I really like this deck just because of the goblins. I think goblins are kind of popping up. A lot of people are using guards and goblins as a defense to the bridge spam deck that you're seeing a lot. And I really like goblins because they're cheaper, they do a lot of damage. And with this Ice Golem, with this Night Witch, with all these little mini tanks, and the skeletons from the graveyard even acting as a quasi tank for those goblins, they do so much damage. So shout out to Fran for showing us this deck. I think it's really good, and he got first place in the tournament for it, so it definitely paid off. In number 2, we have Bavia. We have a different iteration of bridge spam, this time with P.E.K.K.A. Normally you see bridge spam with a lot of cheaper cards and more cycle, but this deck is more of a counter bridge spam deck. So you get the positive trades, and then along with the counter push, whether you counter push with Night Witch or you counter push with Bandit or P.E.K.K.A., you can get a counter push and then spam everything else at the bridge, and you'll be able to do just fine. In third place, we have Giga, who's a regular in the Blue Milk tournaments. I do tournaments every single day, guys. Check that band page out. Really, it's pretty crazy. This time, instead of the P.E.K.K.A., he's using Inferno Dragon, a very large difference. A legendary at that, and a flying Shred Troop, which is also much cheaper. So potential for more cycle with this Inferno Dragon with just as much DPS, I'd say. Clearly more once it gets maxed out. 875 DPS as opposed to measly, how much does P.E.K.K.A. have at tournament standard? 300. Literally double if it gets charged up. So against a lot of the tanks, like you see a lot of Golem, you see a lot of P.E.K.K.A., it does pretty well. So let's hop into number 4. We have Angelo, and we have, same thing, P.E.K.K.A. bridge spam. Bridge spam is something you're going to see a lot of, guys. Very, very good deck, and Angelo's running that. Scene running P.E.K.K.A. bridge spam. That's 3 bridge spam decks. 4 running, okay, so this is a little bit different. This is the 3 Musketeers Battle Ram deck. It's still in meta. After all these weeks, we still see it coming out around in these tournaments. It's really good. And I think I really like this deck. I think it'll stay in meta for a while, especially the Minion Horde variant. It adds so much more pressure to games. And with Zap and with Ice Golem coming back into meta, Minion Horde does well against that because not a lot of people run because they have to use the multiple cards in their deck, which kind of slows down their cycle. It's a little bit of a different thing that I kind of like that is doing well so far. Joel in 7th place here, running Hognado. Now, this is a deck that is meta. It's very good, very popular, but I usually don't see it in top 10. So, very skilled player Joel here, really turning things around. You basically run Executioner, Tornado. It's a really common control combination. Common control combination. Say that 3 times fast. And just the Hog Lightning coming in, and some cycle as well. I really like this deck, but there's a lot of cards that do well against it. There's a lot of cards that counter it, but who knows? I guess not. I guess it is a pretty solid deck because Joel getting 7th place in today's tournament. Alexis coming in here in 8th place, running Bridge Spam again. This is a little bit of a different variant. This is actually looks more like a Bridge Spam counter. A very the only Bridge Spam card really is just the Battle Ram. It's more like a cycle Battle Ram, if anything. And this is a very interesting variant. It's a little bit of Battle Ram, Tombstone, I want to talk about Tombstone for a little bit because Tombstone does really well against all the decks. It does decent against Golem. It does very well against Bridge Spam. It does very well against Night Witch. And it does okay against Musketeers. So this deck, being put in combination with a Cycle deck, Inferno Dragon, and then just a lot of heavy hitting counter cards. This is more like, I would say this is like a Battle Ram control deck because you got the poison in there. So I'm copying this deck. I really like this deck. If you guys are wanting to, just pause the video and you guys can take whatever you want. You can see the decks that you think are great and copy them down. That was not Charlie Murphy's deck. That was Alexis's deck. So check that out. Ninth place, we have Charlie Murphy. Three Musketeers Battle Ram. We already saw a deck like that. And in, let's get to 10th place, our final deck of the video. We have Clash Master with another Bridge Spam Night Witch deck. Nothing out of the ordinary. So those are your decks. Lots of Battle Ram. That's all you need to know, guys. Battle Ram, I'm pretty sure, was in 9 out of the 10 decks. Battle Ram's busted. Night Witch, I think in like 6 or 7 or 8 out of the 10 decks. And no Golem. No Golem in top 10. That's ridiculous. You see so much Golem on ladder, so much Golem in tournaments. But this tournament right here for this meta roundup, not a single Golem to be found in the top 10. So that's interesting. That's the interesting find of this week's meta roundup. Again, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you got any comments on your ideas on the meta, why do we see so much Battle Ram? Why don't we see any Golem? Well, what happened to what was that other deck that was we didn't see a lot of Graveyard. No Graveyard. Was that no Graveyard? No Graveyard, no Golem, just a ton of Battle Rams. Crazy stuff. New deck taking over the meta. So if you guys can find your counter like we did, coming in from Alexis, what I believe to be the counter, this control Battle Ram. Using Battle Ram against itself is always the best option. But that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate the support. Again, check out that band page. I have a couple of announcements coming out for RCS soon as well, so that'll be really interesting. Going to get back onto uploading YouTube videos as well. Just fixed my sleep schedule. Also, just found the power of coffee, so I'm a little more motivated to do videos and stuff. So I appreciate the support and the patience since I haven't been doing uploads for those of you who are still subscribed. And I'll milk you later.